Louis, inside of Streeter's Entertainment Center, there's going to be a gubernatorial candidate forum, or I don't know, what would you call it, sir? This is Dr. Jim Hines, by the way, one of the Republican candidates running for governor.
I would call it a forum.
Yeah.
We're gonna field the questions that the audience has, and we're gonna all answer the same question and see if we can come up with some solutions.
Your background is actually in the medical field. You've delivered thousands of babies, I read.
Yes, I've delivered thousands of babies. I'm an OBGYN, a women's healthcare specialist, and also a robotic surgeon, and have had extensive international and national experience in medicine.
Why did you get involved? What motivated you to do this? And have you ever held public office before?
No, I'm an outsider.
Right.
I have never run for political office ever before, so I really am an outsider. I'm concerned about the future of Michigan. I think things have turned around with Governor Snyder, but we have a long ways to go to get into the next decade. We have 7 sons. My wife and I have been married for 43 years. 5 of those sons have all 15 of our grandchildren. Not one of them lives in the state of Michigan. Related to education issues, job issues, and I want to bring families back to Michigan. I want to keep families right here in Michigan.
There has been an emphasis on education, according to the Detroit Free Press article on you. What would you like to see moving forward in the way of improving education in Michigan?
There are too many of our children who can't read, and there are too many of our high school graduates that have to take remedial classes in college. A third have to take remedial classes in college. We need to do something about that. And it's not just pumping more and more money into the educational system, but it's re-looking at our educational system and what are we doing right and what are we doing wrong.
Yeah. Well, you're also a candidate who mentioned the environment, and that's something that I didn't read from anybody else. You're interested in that, if you want to expound on that.
Yes, I'm very interested in the environment. I grew up as a Boy Scout, and in fact, when I was in Africa, I was a troop leader. And one of our main tenets is the environment. You know, wherever you go, you leave it in better shape than it was when you got there. And you know, right now we have invasive carp knocking on our door. We have over 3,000 toxic sites in Michigan that are not being addressed. Many of them leaching, we believe, toxic chemicals into the water system that get into our rivers, that get into our lakes. And so these things have to be addressed. So they are critically important. And perhaps some would say not as important as our kids learning to read, but I think as important, certainly they have to be dealt with and not neglected.
Just on a personal level, what is it like to run for governor? A lot of people can only imagine what that endeavor would be like. It takes up a lot of your time.
It does take a lot of my time. I've stopped delivering babies. I've stopped doing robotic surgery. I'm still working in the office 2 days a week, and I'll do that till the end of March, and then I will be full-time in the campaign until the primary. So it's a 7-day-a-week job, trying to figure out the issues, to look at both sides, certainly never ever looking at one side only, but looking at both sides of every issue to figure out what's going to be best for the people of this great state.
Dr. Jim Hines, thanks for being here in Traverse City and talking with us.
You're very welcome. Till we meet again, thanks.
All right.